Good morning. Next news. Christina Applegate and Katey Sagal recall cynical vibe on Married with Children set. Somebody's gonna talk on you. Entertainment Weekly. The fictional mother-daughter duo debriefed on the negativity on set. Below are your comments. My favorite line was when Peg used Marcy's washing machine and their clothes came out much cleaner. Bud said that even the grass stains came out of the back of Kelly's blouse. One of my all-time favorite shows. Think I've seen every episode. Only thing about the show I didn't like is when they put 7 on it. There was absolutely no need. I really feel for Christina Applegate being diagnosed later in life with MS. Man, you just don't know what the universe has for you, and it's not discouraged by how great things have been for you up until that point. Not a TV guy, got rid of it in '90, but remember seeing a few episodes and liking Ed O'Neill. Later rented a movie called Dutch, and was really impressed with Ed as an actor. Thought to myself how that Dutch character could be expanded to a good TV series, like Tool Time eventually became, or some other representation of a single dad trying to make it. Anyway, that was the goody all days. Married with Children is one of the all-time classics. I loved that show. They have awfully high standards looking back at an incredibly low-budget show on what was a new and struggling network. They were very lucky to have gotten what they did. I loved that show and started watching it when I was stationed in Guam back in the 80s. It came on right around the same time as the Tracy Ullman Show, where I also started catching these 60-second snippets of The Simpsons. I knew there was something about that cartoon that was hilarious. Most importantly, I wish they would make more shows like MWC. I love that the cast still stays in touch and supports each other. It was an incredible show that still manages to bring me big laughs so many years later. They would be considered tame today, but during their run, this was the show that took the risks. Crow. SSED the lines of censorship. No other show even came close. Plus it was funny and had great acting. 3 out of 4 went on to even more successful careers. Only Bud was left at home to peep through Marcy's curtain, who must be pretty old by now. But at least he is not doing reality shows. Hopefully MWC took good care of them all. 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. on Cozy Monday to Friday. One of my favorite shows from my youth. I still watch it on Logo every weekend. I love their sarcasm and snarkiness. Yes, they crossed many lines that today would be called all kinds of nasty names. But it seemed like it was all in good fun. The facial expressions were always on K. I think they all acted very well together. Groundbreaking, awesome TV show. One of my all-time favorites. Was living through a struggling marriage at the time and could really relate to Al's complaints. Such a great show. Saw it filmed once in Hollywood. The episode with the dentist. Very cool. Married with Children was and still is a great sitcom. I watch the reruns every evening and still give the show an A+ rating. Great show, loved this show. Now I Am Al. This was definitely my favorite mother-daughter duo in 90s television history. I met Katey and she was very nice. One of the funniest sitcoms ever. Brilliantly written and perfectly cast. They made comedy magic. I just turned 13 when Married with Children first aired, and boy, did Kelly Bundy ran most of my Drea. Ms. I sat through the show just to see her and the other great-looking girls that guest in the show. Awesome show that would not stand in today's strict politically correctness. Al Bundy is a shoe salesman, a former high school football star, and a self-proclaimed victim of bad luck in his family. His most famous achievement is scoring 4 touchdowns in a single game during his high school football All days for poke high, a feat he frequently reminisces about. He constantly refers to this as a point of comparison for the rest of his life. Al's fourth and final touchdown was a game-winning touchdown as he ran over spare tire and was done in the closing seconds of the game, as both teams lined up at the goal line for the final play. A cheer, softly at first but growing, began from the poke high faithful. It rose and thundered in a crescendo as Bundy took the handoff and plunged across the goal line. Some say Bundy's knee was down, others disagree. What we do know is that cheer was a nickname that would follow Bundy the rest of his days. Al touchdown Bundy. I definitely liked Christina Applegate back in the day. Married with children, All in the Family, The Jefferson, Good Times, Sanford and Son were all shows I could watch over and over again. I have yet to see their equal. Don't let this distract from the fact that Al scored 4 touchdowns in a game while playing for the Polk High School Panthers in 1966. That show broke so many boundaries. Underrated greatness. My first steady girlfriend was a lot like Peg, looked like her too. She was hot. If I would have stayed with her, I could see myself selling shoes now. Christina was lucky she had Ed and Katey there. It was such a shame that Fox didn't let them do one last show. Too late now as they have all become too old to do a last show. Sagal, superb at her craft. And Applegate, way underrated as an actress, emo. That reminds me. I need to check the mailbox for my latest edition of Biggins. Please subscribe to my channel. And if you like it, please thumbs up.